And as the Queen marks her 96th birthday today in Sandringham, Prince Harry has been accused of overshadowing her celebrations with his latest bombshell interview.
Yes, the Duke of Sussex appeared to sort of dodge a question about whether he missed his brother, William, and father, Charles. Let's have a look at what he said and see what you think.
Do you miss your brother, your dad?
Look, I mean, for me, at the moment, I'm here focused on these guys and these families and giving everything I can, 120% to them, to make sure that they have the experience of a lifetime. That's my focus here. And then when I leave here, I get back and my focus is my family, who I miss massively.
So, he didn't seize the moment, did he, to say miss them? And people have been seeing this as the fact the royal rift is still very much alive and well. And is it too deep to fix?
I don't know. Yeah, well, Simon McCoy joins us. I'm very pleased. We're both very pleased to say good morning.
Good morning,
Simon,
good morning, Kate.
who says this rift is irreparable. And the TV presenter Trisha Goddard joins us as well, live from the United States of America. Trisha, good morning to you. Simon, when you look at that clip, I don't know whether we're all reading too much into it. It might just be the way he answers questions. It might be exactly what he wants us to do, which is to talk about Harry. And this is the problem with this. He's come over for the Invictus Games, a great achievement, which, the irony is being lost as well as this. This is the Queen's 96th birthday today, and we're talking about Prince Harry. This is the problem. We're not focusing on the monarchy, on the things that we should be talking about, because Harry wants us to talk about him. And he's talking about protecting the Queen, talking about a private visit with the Queen. Well, it wasn't private. Just like his life isn't private. He went to Montecito, he's the Duke and Duchess of Montecito now, to get on with their lives and leave us alone, and they haven't.
So you think it's not possible to make amends because he's still out there talking about it and taking it away? Because to be fair to him, I suppose, he was asked the question, and maybe he just thought, if I say I do miss them, they'll think one thing, if I say I don't, so he just sort of dodged it.
That's sort of fine, but he was asked about the Queen. The most sensible thing for him to do would say, look, that was a private meeting, He didn't. He then went on about, we talked about how I want to protect her, really, from 5,500 miles away? Protect her from what? From whom? I mean, it wasn't an interview that was. It was a quick chat and a chance for Harry to boost his ratings on Netflix.
What do you make of this? Netflix need those ratings boosted
They
as
do.
well, looking at today's reports. Trisha, I mean, what do you make of this? How deep is it? Can it be healed? Is it as complex as it sounds from what Simon's saying?
I think a lot of people are reading too much into what he was saying. I mean, how many of us guard every single word that we say? And I'd also say that, what he said made a lot of sense. I thought that the headline news would be the fact that he really feels that Princess Diana's been with him for the last 2 years. And I think that's what this is all about. He's felt they're out there on his own. He feels unprotected. That's all the stuff about protection in the UK. I just thought he was damned if he did and damned if he didn't.
Could they heal it then from this position, Trisha, if you believe they can?
Yes, I do believe that they can. I recently talked to Julia Samuel, who's a fantastic woman, part of the Guinness banking family, also a psychotherapist, very renowned, started Child Bereavement UK, was there for Harry, William, and it is believed Meghan as well. She talks about the loss of bereavement and what have you. She's Prince George's godmother. She's there for all of them. She also writes about family conflict. And listen, while Julia Samuel is in the mix, there will be healing eventually.
Simon, I wonder, just picking on what Trisha said there, which is there a degree to which he gives an interview about the Invictus Games, great achievement, good thing, that he's asked about his relationship with his dad and his brother. He sort of gives a vague answer, barely thinks about it again.
He didn't give a vague answer, Rich. He didn't answer it at all. He deflected immediately. He could easily have said, yes, I miss them, but I'm here. He didn't say that. And he's been doing this for years. He knows how the media works. He knows what's going to be picked up, and indeed it has been.
Aren't royals trained in a way not to emote and say, yes, I really miss that person? Is it just they just don't talk
Richard,
like that?
He's pulled away from the royal family. The whole point of this is he said he didn't want to be part of the royal family anymore. He's gone to America to forge his own life, and good luck to him. I just wish he would afford himself the privacy that we would wish he would take up. It's getting to the point where he knows how we work. We know that he needs to make money. And the royal family is the only thing that gives him the credibility that Netflix presumably is buying in.
And
when
Spotify.
you were royal correspondent, did you find him easy to deal with?
Well, I was royal correspondent during with his mother, so I knew his mother, and it was quite clear. I've seen him a few times how he loathes the British media. He hates us. I understand.
He didn't used to, though. He used to be very easy and friendly.
He did, but you know he's given this interview to NBC, an American network. He wouldn't give that interview to the British, and the network's interview wasn't an interview. There were questions raised by what he said. How are you going to protect the Queen? What are you talking about? And why are you talking about a private conversation?
Do you think, what you're saying, he could basically make this all a bit simpler? That in a way, you're saying that with the nature of his answers, he makes it more complex. Trish, you're shaking your head at that. Tell us why.
Because, look, he's got every reason to hate the British media. In his eyes, he still sees it as part and parcel of his mother's death. Listen, there's a really interesting study out there. There are lots of studies out there that show losing a mother very suddenly in tragic circumstances at the age of 12 or under is a huge effect on your life. And remember, it was just before his 13th birthday. All of those things in mental health terms prove a lot of things. And to me, Harry is just doing what most of us would do if caught on the hop. It's just that every word is picked over. And it's like, every chance to Harry bash is absolutely taken. That is why he doesn't like the British media. Woohoo! Okay. No shock there.
Thank you, Tricia. It's actually been really great listening to both of you this morning. I really enjoyed it. Thank you, Simon McCoy.
Pleasure.
Good to see you.
Nice
Good to see you, Simon.
Tricia Goddard, live from Connecticut. Thank you to you as well.